The dawn of the Triassic era, and the Earth has only just begun to show signs of recovery. The deserts have stopped growing, and huge forests of primitive conifer start to recolonize the land. In these new forests, plant eaters recover first. One in particular. Like most of the large reptiles, they may resemble dinosaurs, but Lystrosaurus are more closely linked to mammals and to us. Astonishingly, their vast herds make up more than half of all life on Earth. Never again will a single species do so well. Deep within the forests, though, a rival is evolving. A new type of animal, destined to change the face of life on Earth. Meet Euparkeria, a tiny insect eater. He may not look much of a threat to the dominant reptiles, but the key to his success is in his hip. The way his thigh bone is attached allows him to run on two legs, freeing his hands. This kind of agility has never been seen before in reptiles, and gives Euparkeria an edge. Euparkeria will lay the foundations for a new group of reptiles, the dinosaurs. Giants such as Tyrannosaurus and Diplodocus can all trace their family tree back to this little insect hunter in the Triassic forests. The monster herds of Lystrosaurus hoover up so much vegetation that they constantly migrate to find fresh food. They follow the seasonal rains, and each year in Antarctica, this brings them to the edge of a huge escarpment. The only way down for these cumbersome animals is through a deep ravine. The herd moves mostly at night, and come sunset, they begin the dangerous descent. It will take several hours for all of them to pass through the ravine, and in some parts there's only space to move in single file, which leaves them very vulnerable. Lystrosaurus have sharp eyesight and a very good sense of smell, but in these cramped conditions, it's hard to spot trouble ahead. They're being watched by a vicious nocturnal hunter, a Theracephalian. Lystrosaurus are strong opponents, but this hunter doesn't rely on power to make a kill. The attack is swift and seems to have been unsuccessful. But this predator's secret weapon is a poisonous bite. Its venom is more lethal than a black mamba's, and it quickly floods the Lystrosaurus's bloodstream. All the Theracephalians have to do is wait for it to take effect. The victim collapses, but the herd moves on without concern. They have no social bonds. The Theracephalians close in for the kill. Dawn at the foot of the escarpment, and here the Lystrosaurus will face their biggest challenge yet. They need to cross a river, but its banks are lined with open jaws. Chasmatosaurs are the earliest ancestors of crocodiles and alligators. Their strange overbite means once they get their teeth into a victim, there is no chance of escape. They don't normally gather in such numbers, but they're here for a special event, the annual migration of the Lystrosaurus. If you're a Euparkeria, the river's not a great place for hunting insects, but he has speed on his side. As the sun rises, the Chasmatosaurs are drawn towards the water. Some of them haven't eaten since the Lystrosaurus last passed this way a year ago. Now they sense it's time to feed again. The front of the vast Lystrosaurus herd finally reaches the river. They're strong swimmers, but drowning is not the danger here. They linger at the river's edge, reluctant to go in. For reptiles, they have relatively large brains, and they may remember what happened last year. But with more Lystrosaurus arriving all the time, the backlog will soon force them in. On the other side, lush grazing beckons, and eventually, the first one takes the plunge. A strong swimmer, he quickly makes it to the other side, but with the steep banks he's still got to find a place where he can get ashore, and every extra moment in the water increases the risk. More and more Lystrosaurus warily strike out for the other side. But now the predators are homing in. The first swimmer has made it and clambers ashore, but many of the herd now entering the water will not be so lucky. Despite the carnage, the herd is soon reforming on the other side. The predators are quickly sated and exhausted. Although many Lystrosaurus are dead, it's still only a small proportion of the herd. The dominance of these strange mammal-like reptiles is short-lived. As the planet recovers, so does competition, and the brief glory days of Lystrosaurus will soon be gone. As life continues to revive after the Permian extinction, the battle for survival intensifies. Euparkeria may only have had a walk-on part so far, but he's about to herald a new age of lethal predators. His descendants will be known as the most notorious monsters of them all. Dinosaurs. The unique ability to stand upright and the agility this allowed gives the early dinosaurs a competitive edge over our four-legged mammal-like ancestors. Repressed by these swift killers, our ancestors are reduced to small creatures hiding in the shadows. Their time will come. But for the next 170 million years, the world belongs to the dinosaurs.